Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be testing out and reviewing a new concealer from the brand Saie. Now this retails for $26 and you can find it in 9 different shades. I grabbed the shade 3 to test out today. Now from my understanding, based on what I've read about the brand, it is supposed to be a very like your skin but better type of brand. What I mean when I say that is that their products seem to be just like Glossier, very minimal coverage, radiant finish, just healthy glow, healthy overall. Your skin is still looking like skin. You can still see the skin through it, but it just, helps even things out a little bit. Now, of course, the concealer is included in that, so we are not going to get high coverage with this whatsoever. This is meant to be a light coverage concealer, which on most days I don't mind, especially if I'm just running errands or if I've got something quick to do. I don't mind minimal coverage along the face. I'm not always looking for full coverage. Full coverage is nice, but I'm not always in the mood for full coverage foundations, full coverage concealers, like the whole deal. The formula for this concealer is described as being very lightweight, but also ultra hydrating. It's supposed to brighten the skin and give an all over like even look with a radiant finish. Now, per usual, I am going to be testing this concealer out with and without a color corrector. I know it's supposed to provide light coverage, minimal coverage, but I want to see if I can help it out a little bit to perhaps push it to light medium coverage or maybe even medium coverage. I don't know. Now, based on the description, I am going to be pairing this concealer with my Sigma Duo Corrector. This is in the shade medium to dark, which looks like this. It is hydrating. It's a hydrating corrector, but not as hydrating as my Smashbox and Becca corrector. This I would absolutely grab if I'm using a matte concealer. For this one, I find that it wears and it pairs really well with my more hydrating concealers than my matte ones. Still looks good underneath my mattes, but I like it more with my hydrating concealers. So, going to be using this, and I'm only going to be using this underneath the right side. I'm going to skip out on that over on the left. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this with my finger. I tend to do both shades and just grab very tiny amount. I'm going to concentrate this right here. Now for today, I'm going to apply a BB cream instead of a foundation because I want everything to be very light, very natural looking. And I'm using my One Size Turn Up the Base BB, well, this is the BBB cream. This is the Beauty Blur Balm. I use the shade medium N. So just applying this on the face. And of course, I am skipping the under eye area. I don't apply foundation there. So now it is time to conceal. This is what number 3 looks like right there. And just from the swatch, I mean, I know it says light coverage, but that's pretty good. So let's apply some of this underneath the eyes. So just gonna apply a little bit right here. And I'm gonna try to blend it out using my finger to help it melt into the skin right here. All right, there it is. Let me grab a brush. I want to get right in the corner because I felt like I was picking it up with my finger and I don't want to pick it up. I just want to deposit it onto the skin. I just want to have it stay on the skin. So I'm just going to take my large fluff brush from Sigma Beauty. This is their E50 and this should fit perfectly. Oh yeah, and then along the inner corner. So that alone really helps to brighten the entire under eye area. And it looks really nice. Now let's go over to the left side. I'm going to start by placing it right here and maybe right here as well. This is very lightweight. Even though it is a liquid concealer, it does not feel heavy whatsoever. It feels very, very light. All right, there's just one layer. I'm actually gonna try to build it up over here. Just a little bit right down here. Not looking for full coverage, of course, but I do want the under eye to just look a little bit more connected to the rest of my face and not just like dark line cheek, you know what I mean? So that's why I'm placing it right there where the my under eye area meets my cheek. I'm gonna try to blend it out in between just to help it transition a little bit. It looks a little better. Of course, you can still see like dark circle stops here, cheek starts here, but it's a little softer now. It's not as loud. Now I am going to set this very lightly with the Saie Air Set Translucent Setting Powder. This is a Radiant Loose Setting Powder. I'm not taking much at all, just grabbing a little bit of this with my Soft Blend number 40 brush. I'm going to use this to lightly dust the under eye area with a little bit of the setting powder. This actually looks really nice underneath the eyes. Of course, you know, we're not concealing dark circles, but that's okay. It's okay for your dark circles to show. It's okay. It's natural. They're natural. Everybody has them at some point or another. Some are hereditary, others are not. But that's okay. Embrace them. This looks good though. This looks really, really good. Very light, very natural. So let me zoom you guys in so that you can see exactly what I'm talking about. All right, here it is up close and personal. You see what I mean? We're not concealing, not at all. Well, very little, but it looks good. It looks very nice and hydrated. It's evened things out a little bit more so the dark circles aren't as deep, and it looks good. It looks really good right now. All right, so let me jump off camera, finish off the rest of my makeup, and I will be right back. All right, I am back, ready to continue on with the day. It is currently 11:56. I will wear this all day long, and of course, you guys are going to see me back here under natural lighting for a midday check-in, see what this looks like underneath the eyes. I love it. I really love it as of right now. We'll see how it holds up. So I will see you all back here in a few hours for my midday check-in. All right, I am back for a quick midday check-in. It is currently 4:05, which means that I've had this concealer on for a solid 4 hours. This is what it looks like up close. I'd say we're still pretty good. I mean, we didn't start off with much coverage, but it looks very, very nice and light. I like the coverage that I'm getting over here on top of the color corrector. Not full, of course, not even like high medium coverage, just like maybe medium coverage is what I would call this. And it looks really nice and hydrated. It still looks like skin. It doesn't look like I have too much on top. Over here, of course, getting less coverage, but it still looks very nice and moisturized and hydrated. It doesn't look dry. It doesn't appear to be breaking up or wearing off a whole lot. So love that. And yeah, overall, I'm still really pleased with it. So we're going to continue to wear it for about another 4 hours to give it an 8-hour day. I will see you back here at the end of the day for my final check-in. All right, I am back with a final check-in. It is currently 8:18, which means that I've had this concealer on now for a solid 8 hours straight. Now, before I get into what I think about this concealer after wearing it all day, I'm going to zoom you guys in one last time so that you can get a close look at the under eye area after 8 hours of wear. All right, so here is an up close look underneath the eyes after an entire day of wear. It still looks pretty good to me. What do you guys think? So there it is. Personally, I actually like this concealer with a corrector. It provides more coverage than I was expecting, and it lasted all day long. That was like key for me. I knew that it was going to be hydrating, and I knew that it was going to be lightweight. Whenever I hear those words put together in a concealer, I'm always very skeptical as to how well they're going to wear, because more often than not, they tend to move around, they tend to settle in between fine lines, they tend to wear off. By the end of the day, it's like the concealer has just completely disappeared. With this one, it actually stayed in place. And I must add, we were in the high 90s today, okay? I believe we got to a high of like 91 or 92, but it felt like 97 or something crazy. It's super humid around where I live. I actually was outside for quite a bit today, you know, just in and out, doing different things in the backyard, getting things together, and I was sweating. It was humid. I thought the under eye area was just going to completely wear off because of all of the sweating that I was doing, but it didn't. It stayed put. It stayed in place. It still looks really, really nice and even. Granted, you know, not getting full coverage, not anything near that, but it looks really nice. It looks light. It looks like skin, but better. So for that reason, I actually really like this concealer and I will continue to use it, especially on like my light makeup days where I'm not looking to completely conceal the darkness. I'm just looking to brighten the under eye area just a little bit and, you know, have it last because like I said, most hydrating lightweight concealers are not going to last underneath the eyes. This one surprised me as it really did. And it still looks pretty good. It still looks pretty good for it being 8 hours later. So overall, I'm very happy with my purchase. If you're looking for something very lightweight, something that you could wear on a regular basis, like an everyday lightweight concealer, this is definitely something to look into. The 9 shade range, the 9 shades in the shade range is kind of, you know, not the greatest, but it does provide light coverage, which means that one shade of the concealer could, you know, be used on multiple different skin tones. It doesn't have to match exactly, as we are not going to be concealing everything underneath the eyes. And so it's kind of like the same way that, you know, brands don't necessarily have an abundance of shades when it comes to like tinted moisturizers or BB creams or like skin tints. You know, a smaller collection or a smaller variety is okay because one shade can cover multiple skin tones rather than each individual skin tone needing to have the perfect shade match because it is going to be so high in coverage. So with that, I like it. I like this concealer. And yeah, that's it. That's it for my review today. So thank you all so much for watching. I truly hope that you enjoyed today's product review and that you found it helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on future videos. And also, don't forget to follow me over on Instagram where I absolutely love to interact with you guys. As always, take care and I will see you all in my next video. Mwah! Bye.